Hey everyone, what's going on? I'm Nick, and I have another movie review to talk about today. Yet again, it is kind of late, like I did for Star Trek Beyond, so I'm sorry. I do plan on doing a movie review for Suicide Squad the day of, so I'm going to try and start doing more reviews when the movies are actually coming out that day, so I don't get too behind. But let's get into this movie review for Jason Bourne. Now, Jason Bourne is the fifth film in the Bourne film series, because we had the Bourne Identity, we had the Bourne Supremacy, and we had the Bourne Ultimatum with the Bourne Legacy, but Matt Damon wasn't in that film with Jeremy Renner, which some people didn't like. I found it to be just enjoyable to the point, but it wasn't that great of a film. But getting to this fifth film, Matt Damon is finally back as Jason Bourne, and let's talk about him and his fellow castmates. Matt Damon, I believe, gives a Matt Damon performance as himself in Jason Bourne. Alicia Vikander, she was a surprise. I didn't think she'd be in it that much, but they gave her a decent role, and I really believed her as the character she played in Jason Bourne. That being said, one of my favorite parts about this film was Ray Ahmed. He was a really cool character that I really got invested in this film. And I'd only seen him previously in Nightcrawler, which I thought was fantastic, so when they gave him this part, I was like, was not expecting that. And with his American accent, it was pretty cool to see him take over this company, which I won't say anything else about, but he was a surprisingly also good choice for this film. Now, Tommy Lee Jones, he gives a Tommy Lee Jones performance, but you can't expect too much from the guy because he's kind of like pretty old. But for what he's able to give us, it is a pretty well-rounded performance. And then we have Vincent Cassel, who does a pretty good job as the villain as he's done in his previous work. So he was pretty much the same. But I do have to give him props for all the movie and stunts he had to pull off in this film, so I believe he was casted well as the villain. Now, getting off topic of the characters, let's talk about the action sequences. This is directed by Paul Greengrass, who previously did The Ultimatum and Supremacy, which were good films, and you could tell in the second film he did a lot of shaky cam, but it worked to its advantage for the most part. But you could tell in The Ultimatum that he had fixed a lot of the things that he had done previously. And now in Jason Bourne, you can kind of see he had fixed basically everything. There's only a couple scenes where it was like, oh, so I can't really tell what's going on here, but really, you couldn't even tell. You would probably just be watching the movie and be like, that's one intense scene. But that being said, the shaky cam works for Paul Greengrass, and if they do another film, which I am not certain of, he'll probably keep doing his same shaky cam. Now, the only downsides to this film were it did feel a little slow getting to the climax. They didn't really have a huge turning point. It was kind of just going along with the ride. It was slow in the beginning, but it did pick up pretty fast, but for the most part it was just the same throughout. And this film is not a great film, okay? Because we love the first three movies, and we felt like the third one was a payoff. This one kind of feels like it was just put on there because everyone wanted to see Jason Bourne again, which we do, and he is a good part of the majority of this film because it is titled Jason Bourne. So why is the film not as good as the first three? Well, that has to be, it's not because of the director or Matt Damon per se. It's just, we've seen it all before. And when I literally just came back from this film, so it's all fresh in my head. I was like, the first three felt so special. This one just feels like Matt Damon as Jason Bourne trying to take down a whole bunch of people. And basically that's what it is. If you want to see Matt Damon kick some serious ass and basically beat down the bad guy, that's what you're gonna get. There's no really special thing about this film except that he remembers everything, and maybe he'll even do something that you would never think that he would. Okay, I have to take one thing back, is that this film did surprise me in one aspect where they go back in time. No spoilers, this is a spoiler-free review. It shows flashbacks of him in a time before the Bourne identity, and you find out more information about Bourne that I was really interested in and didn't know before, and I was like, okay, so I like this. So you get to learn more about Bourne and a little bit of his family. I don't want to say too much, but that's basically what it boils down to, and I really enjoyed that part. But by the end of the movie, I was like, okay, this is a good film, it's not a great film, but I had an enjoyable time going to see Matt Damon again, and if I had to give this movie a rating, it would be 3.3 out of 5 stars. That's just me, my personal opinion about the film. And one little special note that I'll put in that made me enjoy the film even more is the Las Vegas chase scene. If you remember the trailer, there's a nice little car chase with Matt Damon in Las Vegas, and it was a pretty long chase, to be honest, but I'm not going to complain. I enjoyed that chase because I was just in Vegas earlier this summer, and seeing it in its glory again, I was like, damn, how long did it take to make this? Because it was a pretty cool car chase. So you kind of get that little nice thing at the end to make the film a little bit better. But with that being said, guys, this is just my movie review, my personal thoughts about the film and what I liked and disliked. Hope you guys enjoyed this movie review. I did Star Trek Beyond, and I did one anime review. Those are the only 2 reviews I've ever done, so this is my third entry into reviews. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, you can just like it. If not, you can dislike it or just critique me a little bit. I'm trying to get better at reviewing movies, but I think I'm getting there. And check out this Friday my Suicide Squad movie review. I'll be talking about the film, and then I'll also have a special video containing something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while that I think you guys might enjoy if you're into the movies, and particularly Suicide Squad. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this movie review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.